My name is Jake Solomon. I work at Code for America. It's a nonprofit technology organization based down in San Francisco. I've gotten a couple shout-outs, love bombs today already, which is great. I'm going to talk a little bit about the user experience of CalFresh, otherwise known as SNAP, otherwise known as food stamps. Excellent branding strategy we have. And the first thing I want to do is remind you that CalFresh is amazing. It is like the best thing ever. So right now, every day in California, about 4.5 million Californians rely on it. That's like over 10% of the population. We're talking like $6-7 billion worth of benefits that are going directly into our low-income communities in the form of healthy groceries. And nationally, about half of all kids in the country will use SNAP at some point between 0 and 18. SNAP and CalFresh is one of the best examples of our safety net working really, really, really well. And it can work way better. So this is California's SNAP participation rate, the percent of people who are eligible who are actually enrolled in the program. This is a little bit outdated, so we're a little bit better these days, but we're second to bottom, beating Wyoming. Not great. So this means we're leaving, there's like nearly, hard to get great estimates, but about 2 million Californians who are eligible for SNAP and not enrolled. We're talking at least like $2 billion or so, again, of already allocated benefit, already allocated budget. The policy work has been done, and we're failing to get it into the hands of the people who we made this collective choice for. So I want to argue or show that a big part of this is actually, we think of it as like a user experience problem. So I want to show you first what it's like to actually apply to get CalFresh. So it's really long. It's like on the order of, kind of answer everything, it's like on the order of 200 questions, about 30 screens. It talks to you kind of like a lawyer. It's like a little scary. There's a couple traps in here where if you click something like, technically you've broken federal law, nobody's going to do anything about it, but not great. And I think most important is that most people, as far as we can tell based on interviews and following people through the process, the majority of people who are at a computer, they've gone through the stigma, they're going to apply for this program, get to the homepage here, and they never get to the end. So the majority of people who try to apply don't succeed, at least that first time. They have to go into the office, go to the phone, try again. Once you're enrolled in the program, you get a bunch of voluminous and non-optimal communications. So in the bottom left here, you can see effective October 1st, 2013, your food stamps benefits are changed from $200 to $200 each month. Here's why. So it's so confusing that people drop off all the time who are eligible throughout the whole period. So our best estimates are that about between a fifth and a quarter of all incoming applications are from people who were just on the program last month. So they've been eligible the entire time, got confused, dropped off by mistake, they're coming right back. So basically we have like thousands of trained social workers and eligibility workers in California, and every Friday all they're doing is like digging out of this hole. Like they're doing no work on Fridays. So this stuff adds up. Here's something that one of our user interviews told us. So applying online is almost like a scam. It's easier to do the application, but it's really easier for them to deny when you don't show up for the interview. So it's at this point, it's like at this point of service delivery where we see trust being broken, degraded, and also created when they have good experiences. So in the last 6 months, our small team at Code for America, Alan is one of them, say hi. So we have 3 full-time on this team, so if 18F wants to do a little collaboration, that would be sweet. And so we've been working for about 6 months on a way to build an easier way to get CalFresh. It is nothing too fancy. So it works on phones, talks to you like a human, and asks you about one question at a time. It tries to help you enroll and not just submit the application, but it tries to help you through other steps in the process, like the interview, and when you have to upload paper, which is still a big part of the process, we let you use your phone instead of trying to figure out a scanner and a fax machine and all those other things. I've been very pleasantly surprised at the fact that it was not an ordeal. I was braced for that. So we see expectations being broken in the other direction too. So I think, again, this is where trust is built. So, oh, sorry, I gave away the secret. So this has been about six months of work so far, just basically doing a very simple process of like identifying people's problems and then trying to address them using whatever tools we have. Right now, that looks like a website that makes sense and help people enroll. Where I hope this goes, and the ambition in the very long run, is if we just continue to identify and address people's problems, we'll get to a service that looks more like this. Hi, Jacob. We're so sorry to hear that you were laid off. That's one of the hardest things for a family. We've automatically started your CalFresh benefits. Your first deposit should arrive in a few hours. Your household will get $511 per month to help with groceries. If you have any questions, don't hesitate to ask. Remember, we have your back. Warmly, the state of California. So I want to offer a few quick reflections generally on the work process so far. One is that I think it is in reach. Like there are no giant policy barriers, like the policies are in place. We have the skills and expertise, like especially in California. That is no excuse. What's the other important piece? Anyway, so the last reflection is that when you're doing this type of stuff, it feels very small. It doesn't feel big. So it's not like you're building a bridge and you need to like plan for years and then build the whole thing. We were trying to think of a good analogy, and it kind of feels like having like a dinner party where you need to really pay attention to the details and like make sure the toilet paper is like flipped the right way. You need to be checking in with people to make sure they're having a good time, and everybody has a little bit of a different dietary restriction. It's very like people-centered, and you need to be flexible because like somebody's going to walk in and like spill a glass of wine on somebody else who's important, and you're going to have to deal with it, and like it's going to happen all the time, and you should prepare for that as best you can. Thank you so much for your time. Please don't hesitate to reach out if you have any questions or comments or just want to chat about ideas. I'd love to talk to you guys. Thanks.